We are a river city, a bold city, the First Coast, a place to create and to belong. Here, the sun shines a little brighter, and so do the people. We share a love for our region, a pride for JAX, and a passion for the beautiful game, dedicated to giving everyone a sporting chance. Together, we will elevate soccer and sport in our community by lifting every voice. We are Sporting Club Jacksonville. We are Sporting JAX.
Hello and welcome into the Sporting JAX Report. I'm Cole Pepper. Emerson Burris will be along in just a bit. Coming up, the first win for the Sporting JAX men in Cup play. We'll hear from the women's captain and vice captain before the regular season finale, and we'll look ahead to the playoffs. But let's start with the final step before the women open the postseason. With the women getting the weekend off after a win last Wednesday, they had a chance to clinch the Players' Shield with the best regular season record. But when Lexington beat Brooklyn on Saturday, it meant that the top spot of the league will be decided on the last match day of the season, which happens to be today. So let's take a look at the table as of the moment. Here is what it looks like. The Gainbridge Super League standings presented by Price.com. Sporting JAX has clinched a home playoff game. More on that in just a moment. They'll either be the 1 seed or the 2 seed. Lexington could be the 1 seed, the 2 seed, or the 3 seed, and Carolina Ascent, who have also clinched a postseason spot, could be either the 2 or the 3 based on what happens later today. There is one playoff spot up for grabs, and it comes down to Dallas Trinity and Spokane Zephyr, who are just 1 point apart heading into today's final match. The other teams, DC Power, Brooklyn, Tampa Bay, Fort Lauderdale, all eliminated from postseason play. After having the weekend off, the women should be well rested for the regular season finale this evening in Charlotte against Carolina Ascent. The squad is mostly healthy and coming off consecutive wins after the first losing streak of the season. The women are ready for the challenge and excited for what could happen this weekend.
This is the part of the season we've been waiting for. Obviously, when games, obviously every game matters, but these are when they really start to matter. And but yeah, we're just kind of treating it like every other game and, you know, doing what we need to do, and we've always wanted to win every game, so that's not changing.
I think the coaches and the staff and obviously the media too has kept it pretty much how we want it, which is we don't super hype things up. We play each game as it comes. We think about one game at a time. So for us, it's just another opportunity to get the 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, we've not even talked about it, but really the postseason, you could argue, starts now because each game means something. So for us, it is another game, but they understand that this is as important as it gets, really. So I hope they're ready.
We now welcome in Becky Burley. Becky, games like tonight are exactly what you want to have at the end of the season. So much on the line.
No, I actually think this is a really good game leading into the playoffs because it's going to feel like a playoff game. And I think that's been a benefit for Sporting JAX to have tough games at the end like they have, because it sort of gives you the reps at that type of feeling, environment, all of it, without the consequence of a one and done.
Well, Sporting JAX needs either a Lexington loss or draw, or at least a point against Carolina to clinch the Players' Shield. Lexington plays 2 hours earlier than Jacksonville. If the Shield is clinched in the first quarter hour, how should Sporting JAX approach the game?
That's a really good question. You know, I do think that clearly, like, the starting lineup isn't impacted because you won't even know by then. But I think that if there is a player or two that needs management in terms of, like, whether it's just an injury that's, you know, hanging around, or maybe just an overuse situation, then maybe you do that. But I also could make the case for not really changing anything based on a circumstance outside of their control, because it takes them a little bit away from the present moment. And maybe that's a little bit more for the players to stay in that, and for Stacey to have that information and base her decisions on that information.
Okay, on the other hand, if Lexington wins, Sporting JAX would need 1 point for the Shield. In that case, do they play for the draw?
Yeah, I don't think that approach changes at all. I can't imagine a scenario where the coaches would say, hey, let's play for the tie. I think you play for the win. If the tie happens, then you're happy with that. But I definitely don't think you change your philosophy on that.
All right, Becky, thank you. Regardless of today's results, Sporting JAX will host at least one playoff game. We know Sunday, May 24th at 5 p.m. It's a historic first for women's pro sports in Jacksonville, the first ever fully professional team to host a playoff game in Jacksonville on the women's side. And you can be a part of it. Tickets start at $25. Call 904-863-KICK or visit sportingjax.com to be there at Hodges Stadium for the playoffs. The men are in a busy stretch where they will play 3 games in 8 days, all of them away, including last Saturday at Indianapolis. Looking to snap a goal drought and pick up a road win, Sporting JAX jumped on top early. To Indy we go. Sporting JAX had been having a hard time finding the net, but late in the first half, they did just that. And Ahmad Alcock on a little give and go, beautifully done. His first goal in a Sporting JAX kit, and the road team will up 1-0. Look at this once again. Nice little give and go, perfectly executed by Jacksonville, and Alcock puts it away. But shortly after the half, off a corner kick, Aiden Quinn to Rendon, who puts it away, and that makes it a 1-1 game. Later in the half, 65th minute, off another corner. This one pings around a bit for Indy 11. This shot from distance hits the crossbar, bounces up. Christian Oliveras can't get back to it. Anthony Herbert puts it away, and that is the way it would end. 2-1, Indy with the victory, continuing to leave Sporting JAX looking for the first win since the team began. So now let's go to Wednesday night's action. This is Prinx Tires USL Cup, and Rafferty Petter in the 34th minute puts it away for Sporting JAX to give Jacksonville the 1-0 lead. Take another look at it. Nice assist here by Kieran Sadlier. Second half, Jacksonville not trying to just salt it away, continuing on the attack. And there's Alcock again making the run, puts it away. 2-0 Sporting JAX in the 87th minute. Christian Oliveras continues to be stout in goals. You take another look. Pass from Edgardo Rito, and the goal for Jacksonville. They pick up 3 points in the Prinx Tires USL Cup and will go on to enjoy the first win in team history on the men's side. We now welcome in Corey Herzog. Corey, means so much for confidence to get that first victory for Sporting JAX.
Yeah, 100%. A win's a win in the first one, finally getting that monkey off the bat. Hopefully now going into the next game, which is kind of the similar one, get 2 in a row, and you never know what could start happening.
Speaking of confidence, you were a goal scorer in your playing days. Ahmad Alcock now has goals in consecutive games. What will that do for his confidence, and how will that show up moving forward?
Oh, 100%. Scoring goals as a forward is obviously the most important thing, but what it does to your confidence is just the little things don't seem as hard now. You're just playing, you're in your own groove. Sometimes everything you do it starts working, it starts clicking, and it can leak off. It could leak off in the Yaskelana, it could leak off to Roberts and all that. So it'll be interesting to see how he grows with that confidence.
Still a bit of a long shot to advance in the Cup out of group stage play because there's only one wild card out of the 7 groups. But the win allows them to have that shot, and they're going to have to beat Tampa Bay and have some other things happen. How much should Liam Fox put into Cup play versus in terms of usage of players when it comes to league matches?
Yeah, I think they still just need to keep playing with their starters and getting that relationship, getting that confidence, because as we see, wins are hard to come by. And if you can get wins and start building that little snowball effect, you never know what could happen. Yes, it's a long stretch of no wins, and they're really behind the ball right now. But you just need that one to get going. They got that one. Now can they get 2?
All right, Cup play continues this weekend. Sporting JAX will be at FC Naples tomorrow. Here is how the USL Championship Eastern Conference standings look. Tampa Bay Rowdies, the only unbeaten team this year. They have drawn 3 straight games, but still atop the table, 18 points ahead of Lou City, Hartford Athletic, Charleston Battery, Pittsburgh, Detroit City, Miami, and Indy 11. The top 8, that's who Jacksonville has played so far this year. That's how tough a schedule it has been to start the season for Sporting JAX. Still looking for that first win in league play, but much more confidence. In the Western Conference, the next home game for Sporting JAX, you guessed it, top of the table in the West, San Antonio FC, 4 wins and 5 draws to get that 17 points. Orange County, Oakland, and El Paso have been scoring a ton of goals in the top 4. Monterey Bay still looking for their first victory of the season. They have a couple of draws so far this year. So here's what's to come for Sporting JAX. The men continue group stage play in the Prinx Tires USL Cup on Sunday at FC Naples. Then they'll be back home to face San Antonio, first Western Conference foe of the season. 10 days later, then they return right around to face Brooklyn FC on May 31st. That game was originally scheduled for May 30th, but was moved in case the women are hosting the Gamebridge Super League final on that date. Then the men finish group stage play in the Cup at home against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Second meeting between the two sides. That game is scheduled for June the 6th. Speaking of that next men's home match, Wednesday, May 27th, San Antonio FC comes to Hodges Stadium. You can see the game on CBS Sports Network and hear it on Sirius XM. We'd love to see you out there for a 7:30 kickoff. Call 904-863-KICK or visit sportingjax.com to get your tickets to support your hometown team. Coming up, we hear from the captain and vice captain of Sporting JAX women's team. What do they think made the difference this season? That's next as the Sporting JAX report rolls on. Every game of the Gamebridge Super League can be seen streaming on Peacock. That includes today's game at Carolina and any playoff games only on Peacock. No local television for those postseason games. And all games in the USL Championship can be seen streaming on ESPN Plus or CBS Golazo or nationally broadcast on CBS, CBS Sports Network, and ESPN2. All home men games can be seen on Channel 4 or CW17. All right, time now for our Ascension St. Vincent's player feature as we welcome in Emerson Burris. And not exactly the same kind of player spotlight as we usually have. We're really looking back on what has been a remarkable season for the women's team in the Gamebridge Super League.
Absolutely, and this is a fun one. The women's inaugural season has been nothing short of historic, from building a brand new roster to clinching a playoff berth and now hosting a postseason match. I sat down with captains Parker Roberts and Sophie Jones to reflect on the journey, the culture they created, and what has fueled this team's remarkable first year.
I mean, Alan from the first day was saying like we could be the best team in the league, and we were looking back on that and we were like, how many people in this room really believe that? I think we thought it was a possibility, but we knew there was gonna be a lot of work to be done. It's just so cool to see a group of 20 plus girls that didn't know each other at all kind of come together, and yeah, it's been a pretty awesome journey.
When we first talked about our goals at the beginning of the season, it was make playoffs.
Sporting JAX, the first team in the league this season to clinch a playoff berth.
But I think too, it was just, can we create our own identity? We have our core values, you know, hardworking.
And is Bailey dismissed.
Cohesive.
Saved by Ports, saved again by Ports.
Combative.
Cross whipped inside, headed towards goal.
Creative.
Huerta follows up with a rocket.
Can we kind of embody all of these things and bring it together? And I think that's where our success has come from.
Sporting Club Jacksonville has been setting the benchmark in their inaugural season.
I think we're a super process-oriented organization, so I think that's what's allowed us to get so far. But obviously the big games, the trophies, that's what you put in the work for.
I think this group deserves so much, and I think we deserve to finish at the top.
This team is clicking. They brought in the right group to set the foundation.
You have expectations in your head, but you really have no idea what's going to happen just with it being a whole new group of people, a whole new culture, a whole new organization. So I think for me it was really about setting the standard. How can we create this family-like culture that we want to live on?
Sporting JAX clinches a top 2 league finish in a home playoff game. Their next match against Carolina.
In terms of Carolina, awesome team. Haven't been beaten in over 10 games, so I think they're someone that's going to be a challenge, and I think we look forward to playing that. So really looking forward to that.
We're going to go into the last game and the playoff game the same as we have every other game. It's one game at a time, what's in front of us, but we focus on us.
Super cool that we get to host. I think that's awesome for the city of Jacksonville, and a super cool opportunity for the club to kind of show what we're all about. I think, again, that's going to be one game at a time, but hopefully that goes well, and yeah, we'll go from there.
The captains say this group has embraced a one-game-at-a-time mindset all season, and now they hope to cap off their storybook debut with a championship run.
It has been remarkable to see what they have done. It wasn't always smooth sailing early on. There were some ups and downs, but boy, Stacey Balen has made all the right moves. The players have responded well, and as you mentioned, those two really leading the way in terms of leadership, but they're not the only ones. It's been a great run.
It sure has. I'm so excited for this postseason run. Hopefully they can get it all done.
And we'll be following it for sure very closely. Emerson, thanks so much. All right, speaking of the season continuing, on the men's side, next home game will be May 27th as the men take on San Antonio FC. Tickets available by calling 904-863-KICK or by visiting sportingjax.com. Coming up, how Sporting JAX player Andrea Fernandez is inspiring the next generation of soccer stars. That's next as the Sporting JAX report rolls on. Whether you're planning on heading out to the playoff game on May 24th or just around town repping your pro soccer team, be sure to get your official Sporting JAX merch. Just go to sportingjax.com/shop or use the QR code on your screen and pick up your very own Sporting JAX merchandise. Time now for the Youth Soccer Spotlight. Emerson, this week we're revisiting a local youth soccer group that is again making an impact, but somehow the other way around from what we've talked about before.
Well, one local soccer club showed up in a big way at the women's last home match, and one player had a very special connection to the crowd. A group of young fans from Ancient City Soccer Club packed the stands, cheering on Sporting JAX midfielder Andrea Fernandez. The St. Augustine-based youth club came out after wrapping up its own season supporting a coach they know very well. Fernandez has spent the past few years coaching younger players with Ancient City and says hearing them cheer from the stands was a moment she won't forget. The team now hopes the same energy carries into the semifinals in a couple weeks.
They made my whole month, to be honest. Like, I have my family and my friends like back in Spain, so like I feel like feeling all the love. Like it was like really good for me. Coach the younger kids, so it's really fun like to see them how they grow, because like they develop like in 2 months you see the results, you know. So it's like another like hobby that I have like instead of like just been playing, so I really enjoy with them. Just came next weekend to support us in the semifinals and hopefully in the final too.
The women are focused on that semifinal game, and they hope to see some familiar supporters back in the stands.
That's really what it's all about when you see professionals in our area coaching the little kids. Obviously, Andrea went to Flagler, was a star there. She's from Spain, grew up with the game. Now she's passing on some of that knowledge to the youngest. It's great to see.
Absolutely. It's so fun hearing all those kids. They even started chanting, "We want Andrea," getting Stacey Balen involved too. So it was nice to see them in the crowd.
And they got her. She got in the game as well after that. Emerson, thanks so much. For more on Sporting JAX in the world of soccer, join me every Tuesday night at 6. It's the Sporting JAX Coaches Show, presented by Honda of the Avenues. You can listen live at 10:10 a.m. or on demand at 1010xl.com. You can also listen live and online at 1010xl.com. And for behind-the-scenes conversations about Sporting JAX, join Emerson, Tony Allegretti, and me on the Sporting Pod. You can subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcasts. A new episode drops each week. Still to come, how Sporting JAX is supporting local Special Olympians. That's next as the Sporting JAX report continues. You can catch the Sporting JAX report every weekend on the stations of First Coast News. Next week we air Saturday at 12:30 on NBC 12. Remember, you can also find us on demand on First Coast News Plus and the Sporting JAX YouTube channel. Time now for our Community Spotlight, presented by Honda of the Avenues. And this week, I want to tell you about a program that Sporting JAX is supporting involving Special Olympics. Sporting JAX Academy coach Steve Sinwell also teaches special education at Creekside High School, where he started a unified sports program for special needs kids. He launched a field day with Special Olympics to introduce sports to the kids, and now the program has taken the next step with the Unified Games starting next month. In concert with Special Olympics, Sporting JAX is hosting a month-long program for special needs teens, and it's an effort that is close to Sinwell's heart, and he says it's great for both the Sporting JAX Academy players and the special needs athletes as well.
It's an eye-opening experience. It gives them, not only for our regular athletes that play for us at Sporting JAX, but also the special needs population that allows them to get to do these things that they sometimes don't necessarily get the opportunity to do. They get to play the game that we all love, and it gives our players at Sporting JAX the opportunity to help others that they might not normally get the opportunity to be around that population as frequently as the ones that are around it on a daily basis.
Here are the details. The league starts on June 2nd and runs through June 30th at Chuck Rogers Park in Mandarin. It's free, but you are encouraged to register. You can use the QR code on your screen. If you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, we want to encourage you to subscribe there as well. Not only can you watch this show on demand, but you can also see game highlights, player features, and behind-the-scenes footage from the club. And one lucky subscriber will win a big prize in the next month or so. Just search YouTube for Sporting JAX to subscribe. That is just one of the ways you can stay in touch with us on social media. We're on X, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and on TikTok for all the very latest in what's going on with Sporting JAX on both the men's and the women's side, with the academy, and so much more. And checking on our World Cup clock, we are just 28 days away before the eyes of the world turn to the biggest sporting event on the globe here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Will the U.S. make a good showing? We'll be talking more about that as we get closer to the kickoff, just under a month away. We leave you now with some images of local kids getting to know Sporting JAX pros after and during games. Great opportunity for the kids to connect with Sporting JAX. Thanks so much for watching the Sporting JAX Report. For Emerson Burris, Becky Burley, Corey Herzog, I'm Cole Pepper. We'll talk to you next time right here on the Sporting JAX Report.